Hello everyone, this is Adam, and in our chakra series, let's dive deep into the Sacral Chakra, the second one that you must interact with and open to unleash and unlock your inner peace throughout your entire body. This chakra is a very interesting one because it dives into two components of your world that don't seem to relate too much, at least at face value. This one really focuses on your sensuality, creativity, and emotional body. The element of this one is water. The animal that it coincides with this chakra is the crocodile in most cultures. There are some that associate fish and birds and all of that, but with the original Hindu and I believe Indian cultures, especially the crocodile or the mystical crocodile is what this chakra is represented by because of its association with the water. This chakra has a lot of physiological and behavioral functions, such as emotions and feelings, relationships, and relating to people, expressing your sexuality or sensual pleasure, feeling the outer and inner worlds, your creativity, and your fantasies, fetishes, whatever. It really does counteract with this chakra, like almost directly. So, if this chakra is totally out of balance, the relationship with the world and other people is centered around this. It's centered around the nurturing, the pleasure, and the harmonious changes that's associated. We discussed in the overall 7 chakra series that this one really opens up right before you are going into adolescence, into puberty. And that's why this one is almost out of whack right before that, because you just don't know what's going on with this chakra. This thing is going to be totally out of balance. But when it's imbalanced, there is a dependency or a codependency with other people or a substance that grants you easy access to pleasure. So if you want me to be absolutely blunt about this, people who are sexually frustrated, people who are dependent on a spouse, a child, another individual, like to a point of it being stalkerish. That's kind of why that happens. That means that the sacral chakra of your own body is imbalanced. The being ruled by your emotions. So if you're an emotional roller coaster, this is something that I have experienced in my own past, in my own feelings, that I have been up and down emotionally. Even still to this day, I do. This is the one chakra that I personally have the most problems with. Or the opposite, feeling numb and out of touch with yourself and how you feel. So if you just give up or you just are numb to the world, it goes both ways in the most horrible of fashions, and both of them are very damaging to not only your relationship with others, but to yourself. The overindulgence of fantasies or sexual obsessions. And that is why with adolescence and going into your puberty stage, there's a lot of questions here. There's a lot of sexual ambiguity that happens that means that this chakra is either open or closed, or it has unlocked itself from its dormant state. Or the opposite of the sexual obsessions. If there is a lack of sexual desire or satisfaction, this is going to be a very sexual heavy conversation, people, but this is just reality of what the chakra theory teaches you, is that this one is the sexual chakra. The feeling stuck in a particular feeling or mood. If you're always happy, there is a problem there, because you need your wider range of emotions. You need to feel others' pain. You need to comfort people And it's just a good thing to be happy and to be sad with that counterbalance. It sounds odd, but I will elaborate further once we get to the ways to heal this chakra or balance it. It's a very intense chakra, let's put it that way. So the Sanskrit word for this is Svadhisthana, which is your own place, your own body. The location of this chakra is, if you point to your belly button, it's 2 inches under that. It's right above the root chakra. Don't know why, but it is. I'm still learning myself. And I think that's part of the great thing about the chakra theory is that we as a human collective don't necessarily know why this all happens, but it's a wonderful discovery, and I love to at least partake into the knowledge and into the theories of why this is. The color ranges dramatically. The most consistent color between all cultures that deal with chakras is that the sacral chakra is orange. The orange chakra is very much of that muddiness between the root-based and then the next chakra that we're going to get into in the next video. This one is a representation of that judgment of your sexuality, of who you are, and going into puberty. But there are some people who associate this one. It's very rare, but you might see it with a very light blue or a white. Sometimes this happens because the shape of the chakra or the symbol representation of it is a crescent moon pointing down. It has 6 petals as well that circle around it. And yeah, it's the moon crescent that goes down below. It associates itself with the element of the chakra because with the tides coming in and out, it is a representation of that imbalance that you are in discovery of. And it's pointing down because it's the second one down. You need to discover more, and the symbols will represent more of that opening as you go. And you'll see that once we get there. The symbolism of the moon also relates to the feminine menstrual cycle that takes place in a number of days to complete. And the connection of the sacral chakra with the sexual organs and reproduction overall is another representation of it. I personally don't believe, I feel like that seems to be stretching it just a little bit. I have not seen, read, or discovered that personally, but being a male, my interpretation of this chakra will be different from yours, especially if you are a female. But I think it really does vary because this one is a very hormonal change chakra, so it's hard to really pinpoint if that's your problem with this. But generally, the sexual frustrations and the emotional roller coaster that kids tend to go through this means that this chakra has unlocked, and there's a way to balance it. And this is a way to at least heal it and balance it overall. You need to acknowledge that your sacral chakra needs some attention. How you do that is up to you. If you want to get sexual with a partner of some kind, make sure that they're a loving partner and this chakra actually does heal itself through sexual contact. I'm not condoning any kind of promiscuous actions because it actually does almost explicitly say in most studies that that is part of the issue if you are promiscuous. There's a semblance of control with this chakra, but a good, healthy sexual relationship with a partner is a very good sign that the chakra itself in yourself is healing. And it also is good to help others with it as well. So it's a, it's a balancing act. But if you don't quite have that partner that you haven't found yet because you're still trying to discover yourself, there are a bunch of different things that you can do. Let's go with the diet. A lot of people in the last video commented about the diet, and they want a little more clarification on it, okay? So this one, you should eat what is it called? Some cavity-centered foods. So nuts, seeds, sweet potatoes, carrots, melons, mangoes, pumpkins, orange citrus fruits, butternut squashes, fermented foods. Something like that would be good, or anything that's orange, but something from the earth. Don't think that your chakra is healing because you're eating some Cheetos, okay? Make sure that it's good for you, like those oranges and mangoes and nuts and all of that. It's something that grows, it continues life, and it's good to at least consume that and feel that kind of energy. There are juices that you can obviously partake in, and this really goes well with the other chakra because gardening is a great way to heal that chakra. Express yourself creatively. Paint, draw, do some writing, do videos, do performance art. And actually, one of the big things here is hip opening movements is another great way, but we'll get into more of that later. But dance like you haven't seen, dance like nobody's watching. Like, explode that energy, explode the hips, explode the core of your body, because that is a great way to heal that chakra. So, and also, it's a lot of fun to do that, and it's a great way to keep up. There are yoga, meditations, and we'll go through the affirmations later along in this video, but there are yoga poses that do focus on this. But I like to have more of the electrical movement, because that's what I felt when I had this chakra, imbalance myself. The hip movement of whatever you do with it, if it's, the physical relation with your spouse or your significant other, or if you just want to go into your room, blare some music, and just dance, have some fun. It's a great way to heal and balance that chakra. We'll go into the chants later, and then also the crystals that are associated with this chakra are very, very important. But with the other one as well, surround yourself with the color orange. It's, the color of the chakra. The meaning was already explained. It's very therapeutic, and it's always a great thing to feel that sense of warmth and comfort. Personally, what I have this roof projector that I have in my bedroom. And when I have issues of a certain chakra, because I feel like I have a really good grasp of my own chakras, and I am very comforted by reds, oranges, and yellows, especially when you go to sleep. You'll sleep so much better too. That's another great study, which I think we might kind of open up with later as a part to each individual thing, but we're going to go through the chakras at least once again. So, the crystals and the stones that associate with not only opening, but if this chakra is overreacting, if you're feeling very sexually frustrated or emotionally drained or even emotionally spiked, these are going to be the ones. So opening this chakra, the orange or coral calite, citrine, orange carnelian, and orange adventine. I'm butchering those names, I apologize, but I do have it's not that big, it's probably about 3 or 4 inch stone of orange carnelian on my desk, along with my little elephant and the other stones, which I'll elaborate on later, that kind of help you along. So, sorry, took a drink. So the orange, calite, or citrine have the same kind of cleansing properties, which can help clear out the blockage in the chakra. The coral version of the calcite is often used in distance healing, which is because of the amplifying quantities of that particular chakra, or that particular stone. So if you have the issues of a very promiscuous sacral chakra, these are the stones to go with. I think some of them I don't agree with 100%, but some of them I'm okay. The orange carnelian, which is why I chose it, because mine closes, opens, it becomes erratic, it happens all the time. So one stone, to almost kill two birds with one stone mentality there. You can get a snowflake obsidian, a pure amber stone, or purple gemstones such as amethyst, quartz, or tourmaline. I butchered that one again, but obviously I am not a linguistics major. But I don't believe the purple ones work. I have found those to be counteracting with the very end two chakras, and focusing on those ones specifically is incredibly important once you get there. Try to stick with oranges just because you kind of have two different components there, which is a great thing. Kind of the same principles with these stones as the previous one, and you'll see later. If you are feeling a certain way, you can get a little hand stone, put in your pocket, put in your purse, and go about your day, and the stone will keep your sacral chakra in balance, or wear it. I have my tiger's eye wrist, my tiger's eye wristband. And if you want to do necklaces or earrings or anything like that, make sure they're real stones. There are people who will they will scam you. I will have some links below for some Amazon affiliate links that go directly to some verified stone people or stone sellers that I have found to be very reputable, and I know that the stones are going to be real. So if you want to start your sacral chakra journey with some healing stones, which I do recommend, the description will have all of those. And I'm sorry, I'm looking through all of my notes here. I'm making sure that I got everything. So with that, yeah, I got everything. Cool. All right. And obviously, I'm not going to, I don't like to edit myself, not because I'm lazy, but I think it's good for you guys to know that I am a person and I make mistakes, and it's always fun. And, be near water. I think that's the best way for me, but if you have, drawing, dancing, writing, anything like that is good as well. And, be sexually active with a significant other to help you heal this chakra particularly. And I hope you at least got some sort of valuable information about the sacral chakra with this video. I feel like I was a little more organized than I was last time with it, but let's at least go through some affirmations when you meditate to heal this chakra. But before we get into that, thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to this channel to continue on this series, and I hope to see you again. Check out the links below. It really helps the channel and support, and it's greatly appreciated if you can. And follow me on social media so you know when I release a new video or put a new quote out or do something cool. Sacral Chakra affirmations. I am passionate. I am open to experiencing the present moment. I am comfortable in my body. I feel at peace. I am a creative being. Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day and stay safe out there.